the Tam-tara Deepcroft. Hard. Alright, my friends, we are back with another dungeon. This is the Tam-tara Deepcroft Hard. Remember, if you're tanking, always turn on Iron Will, or whatever your tanking stance is. In this dungeon, you will find torn folios all over the place. They are not required to progress through the dungeon, but they are good for the lore, the story. Because there is a very tragic story in this place, and it's definitely worth checking out. Some groups won't let you actually enjoy that. So come back when you can, or even after the duty finishes, because you'll have time. And you should be killing everything as we go through. I'm trying not to pull too much, because I haven't checked my healer's gear yet. I'm in a higher level dungeon, I can actually use all my skills. So, okay, they're an experienced healer. Alright, for this, you need to kill the demon pawns before you can damage the usher. But you still need to go over and try to establish threat on the usher. Dodge out of everything. So, a little bit of the story for this dungeon. There's basically a I want to say a Romeo and Juliet type of thing going on here, but it's a lot more tragic. So I highly recommend playing through the story and watching the story for this, because yes, it's a side quest, but it is also very tragic and very well done. Good storytelling. Okay, so we are going to be doing it this way this time. Let me grab them all. Don't get hit. Cool down, cool down, cool down. And arm's length. And hallowed ground. I was paying attention this time. I was paying attention this time. I had faith that this healer wouldn't let me die, but I still knew I was taking too much damage. Yep. So, immediately popping cooldowns and establishing threat. Sorry, Tiger. Tigrora. Did not mean for that to happen. Okay, threat is established. I am sorry, that was partially my fault, but also the healer. I didn't see how much mana they had, so that could have been all my fault. The hostile presence has vanished, we can move forward. Okay. So we're coming on the first boss. First boss. Do not attack the ads. Do not attack the ads, period. And you want to stack behind the boss. The reason that you do not attack the ads is they will do massive AoE that I think even with the changes to it, 4 of them will kill you. but you stack behind the boss, like right on the boss's butt, because the boss will do an AoE that will kill them, and they will not do their explosion. So that is how you do that. And it's just rinse and repeat now. Oh, this used to be so much harder. Usually they'll aggro on the healer. They got rid of the AoE taunt for all tanks. There you go. There's that one taken care of. Half Gloves of the Divine Harvest. Alright, for this section there are going to be a few rooms that you have to run into. Avere, would you please go open the coffin? Okay, healer's gonna do it. So, you don't want the tank to do it because it stuns them immediately. Whoever opens the coffin gets stunned. And I will make sure to run forward and stun the boss first next time. Let's interject. Prevent the paralysis from going out. Alright, so that's one room down. Got some hallway trash. I like to take care of the hallway trash before going into those rooms, because it is just easier. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so gotta remember, people aren't used to this place anymore. This used to be the proper way of doing things. So I apologize for the deaths. It's trying to run things the way they used to be done. And it gets you killed sometimes. And part of the old ways that I am used to is that healers healed. They didn't DPS. Or rather, they didn't DPS unless there was actual time to DPS, and they focused on healing instead of... But that is something else. So I'm just going to do... So I'm gonna stick here. Healer's new, I'm not gonna begrudge him anything. And Holy is fun to spam sometimes. Discarded body. Re-establish threat. So we're not going to do the old way of pulling everything. Alright, defiled coffin again. Have to come in here. Thank you, Tiger. I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I'm just going to say thank you, Lee. Okay. These guys all block the doorway. And definitely what you want to do is communicate with your party if you don't understand things, because more often than not, especially people coming from WoW, It's not a friendly game if you're a new person. This game is friendly if you're a new person. You will rarely find people that are going to be completely silent if you say, I don't know this fight. You'll either get, oh, don't worry about it, just tank and spank type stuff, or they'll explain basic mechanics. Especially if they're an older player. If they're a new player, they're probably just going to try to face roll it. So, don't worry about that. Alright, last coffin. I'm going to stun it this time. So that they can get out. And there we go, threat has been established. Okay, healer is stunned. Interrupt. Alright, second boss. Second boss. Remember second boss. Oh yes, this is the one where we've got to sort of protect him. Alright. So we run up. Fair body. There are going to be things that will spawn at these locations, and we've got to kill them before they reach him. If I remember the boss correctly. No, we run into the orbs. Grab an orb and run into it. They do pretty decent damage, so you might be able to get two, but I don't want to stand in that. I was typing. We got more of the orbs coming up. Thank you for the cure 2. The cloud cover. And the last one is going to be two very large ones that do a pretty decent amount of damage, so you don't want to run into both of them. Yep. So I'm gonna hit this one. And there's one behind you, Avanar. Basically, our job is to keep the little guy alive. And occasionally, if the healer wanted to heal him, that would be acceptable, but it's not required. Right. I may not remember the fights until I'm doing them, but I remember the fights. Okay. There's a polio in here if people want to pay attention to that. Alright. Mobs right out of the gate. Okay, we got a few trash pulls here, and then we will reach the final boss. And the final boss, so very tragic. And a fun thing about the final boss, you can actually get the final boss's mount. Have to go. I think it's just 2 more pulls and then we're at the boss. Maybe 1. Oh no, no. I remember this now. I remember this. Okay, so you need to kill the pawns like earlier, and there will be ads that spawn throughout this. This is kind of like a mini boss fight. You just have to dodge around the orbs. So he's... okay. He will get down to about 75% life, and then he will... no. It's just the ads come throughout the entire thing. That's right. You still have to watch out for the orbs. Okay. I'm just glad the bosses go faster now. I mean, I like doing the full fight, but at the same time, not very new player friendly in lower level content. I don't think I get storyline here, but I'm going to watch the cutscene. If they start talking, I'm going to skip. Yes, you can get that as a mount. Okay, we're skipping the cutscene. I don't want to ruin it for people. Okay, so, don't step in the middle. Alright, I think I remembered everything, so you don't want to step in the middle at all. That is massive AoE damage for yourself. They're going to be ads that spawn at the portals, and you dodge their attacks. You can't attack the ads, it's just a matter of dodging everything. There is going to be a point where ads will spawn, and you want to kill the ads ASAP. Because if they reach the center, then they charge up an attack, and if we get a 5-star attack, then, yeah, we may not survive. Pretty sure we won't survive. And what's funny is that this came out about the same time, well, probably about 3 or 4 months after the episode of Game of Thrones that had the Red Wedding. And the attack is called Red Wedding. So it's kind of tying into popular culture. I never played this game with sound before, so a lot of these things, like her giggling, is new to me. And just kind of creepy. And so very disturbing. I'm helping on the killing just because I want to not have to do this fight again. Normally, DPS can handle it all. So, Red Wedding coming up. Yep. Now for each one of those guys that goes in, it increases by about 25% or 100% damage. So it just takes that much more life from you. If you get 5, that's enough to probably do enough to kill me. Alright. Don't think we'll get any more ads spawning, because the limit break went off. And that is Tam-tara Deepcroft, Bard. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it informative. If you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV videos, please like, follow, and subscribe. The usual YouTube stuff. To catch me live, check out my Twitch, link in the description. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.